Whenever we talk about earning money in Red Dead Online, it's always the same thing. Set up the trader, set up the moonshiner, and go through the collector role to get the family heirlooms, tarot card swords, and tarot cards pentacles. In just 1 hour, you'll break $1,000, and if you carry on going through the other sets that's available, whilst you wait for 100 goods in a trader, you'll end up having about $2,500 up to $3,500 in about 4 hours. But doing this is extremely boring. You go to one location to pick up a collectible just to move to another location and do the exact same thing. So today we're going to be looking at more entertaining ways in which you can grind. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We are uploading Red Dead videos every single week, giving you the latest updates and the latest tutorials on everything Red Dead. So if you do want to stay up to date, then make sure you are following the channel. And getting back into the video, the collector is by far the best way to make money in Red Dead Online. This hasn't changed. Use the Jean Ropke Collector Map to find all collectible locations. But the ways we talk about in this video will make you considerably less money, but it's more entertaining and more fun to go through. So even though you are making less money, hopefully you should be sticking around a lot longer to play through these different types of missions and activities. Eventually that would lead to you making considerably more. So the first way, the infamous bounties. With this one, you need to have the bounty hunter license, and you also need the prestigious bounty hunter license on top. The bounty hunter license costs 15 gold bars and the prestigious bounty hunter license costs 25. Once you've got this, you have unlocked infamous bounties, and there's infamous bounty missions at every bounty board within the game. But these aren't just one-off missions that you go through. These missions are actually broken down to 3 separate parts, each one giving you a reward and each one having a narrative alongside it. So with this, there's a lot of missions to go through. Each of these missions are based around the exact same gameplay mechanics as what you've gone through in the normal bounties under the bounty hunter license. There's in fact nothing new in gameplay. For the first 2 parts of these missions, when you go through them, they are also based on the exact same payout. It's not until you get to that 3rd and final part and actually finish that, which is where you'll get a bit more of a bonus. These infamous bounties have more of a narrative alongside them, so when you go into these missions, there will be moments where you'll see different types of cinematics depending on the mission that you're going through. And when you do finally get to that 3rd and final part and you do finally complete it, it'll have a much higher payout compared to the normal bounty hunter missions. It's still based on a timer, so the longer it takes you to complete these missions, the more money, gold and XP you'll be able to get. But if there was a 20-minute mission for a normal tier 3 bounty versus a 20-minute mission for the final part of an infamous bounty mission, and for both of them you wait until the last 30 seconds before handing the bounty in alive, you will get considerably more for the infamous bounty versus the normal bounty. This is what makes it worth going through. And what adds to this is each of these infamous bounty missions are completely different, each one with a different bounty to bring down based on a different story, and on top of that it's based in a different location. There are some that do give you a bit more freedom than others, but all of them are fun to go through. The payout doesn't compare to what we have with the collector role, but there's a lot more for you to do here. The next entertaining way to make money is the legendary bounties. There are 13 different legendary bounties available, 10 under the normal bounty hunter license and 3 under the prestigious. Each one gives you a cinematic experience. You select the one that you want to enter over at the bounty board. It will then play a 30-second to 1-minute cinematic that explains the person or group of people that you're trying to bring in, and once that finishes, you are taken into a completely separate lobby. These missions are all laid out in a completely different way. Some give you freedom to do what you want, whereas others are very linear in the way that they place you right into the story. What I mean by this is the legendary bounty Yukon Nick places you into a separate lobby. It shows you the location that you need to head to, but you could just ride off and do absolutely anything. A legendary bounty such as Philip Carlisle shows a cinematic right at the beginning and then places you right into another cinematic as soon as the first one finishes. And this is where the main event begins. You have no freedom to run off and do your own thing. Now this may not be a big deal when going through this for your first time, but these missions have the exact same rules as infamous bounties and any other mission within Red Dead. The longer it takes you, the higher the payout. There's no timer on screen like we have with infamous bounties, but there is a timer in the background. To get the maximum payout for these bounties, you need to wait 30 minutes before handing in the bounty alive. Once you hit that 30-minute mark, your reward is capped. You can wait another couple minutes or even 30 minutes after that, and you will not get an increase in money, gold, or XP. So going back to Yukon Nick and Philip Carlisle, it's nice to have the freedom with the likes of Yukon Nick because you can spend 25 minutes at the beginning hunting or collecting in these separate lobbies, and 5 minutes where you just actually go through the main mission, whereas Philip Carlisle, you can't do that. With these missions as well, it comes down to different types of variations as it increases in difficulty. If it's your first time going through these missions, you'll head over to the bounty board and you'll see that it only says that it's 1 star. But as soon as you successfully complete this mission, it will increase in stars and increase in difficulty. The increase in difficulty will make it so that there's more enemies about who are tougher and deal more damage. There's even situations where the main objective will change based on the difficulty. But no matter what level you complete this at, as long as you wait for that 30-minute mark and successfully hand them in alive, you should have around about $200, 1 gold bar, and about 1,700 XP. The next thing to talk about is opportunities. There are 3 different opportunities in total: the Covenant Emerald, the Ember of the East, and Il Sovrano. These missions have the exact same layout as legendary bounties. The difference here is that there is a lot more freedom, and you can choose the path in which you want to go in. See, when you go into these legendary bounties, everything is already laid out for you. It tells you exactly what to do and when to do it. But with these opportunities, you have a set objective. You'll go to a set location, but within that area, you'll find different types of things that you can interact with. And this will change how the mission plays out depending what you want to do. They also have a different way in how it handles difficulty. With legendary bounties, every time you finish a mission, it increases in difficulty the next time. With opportunities, you can pick the difficulty when going in. You have standard, hard, and ruthless. But the difficulty you select all depends on how much capitali you have within your account, because Rockstar has added a completely new currency just for these types of missions. You'll need to go into the original blood money missions, also known as crimes, where you can loot bodies and find lockboxes, which gives you a chance of giving you capitali. Once you build up enough capitali, you can then use that to go into the opportunities. Now there is a few different videos here on this channel which will show you exactly how you can farm capitali. It'll also show you exactly how you can go through each of these different opportunities for maximum payouts, and there's even tutorials showing you how to go through these on ruthless so that you are maximizing everything. At the end of these missions, you should be aiming to get anywhere between $150 to $250, 48 gold nuggets, and 1000 XP. Just like legendary bounties, the payouts within these missions are directly connected to the time it takes you to finish them. There's no timer on screen, but there is a 30-minute timer in the background, the exact same as what we've had before. The final thing to talk about for this video is, of course, Call to Arms Telegram missions. This is the latest addition to Red Dead Online, and it has gone down very well with fans. This is a survival game mode based around 5 different locations. You could select Blackwater, Valentine, Strawberry, Fort Mercer, or McFarland's Ranch. Whichever one of these you select, you'll start off with 5 minutes to set up. This is where you'll place allies, and these allies are very important to the payout. They have a direct connection to how much you get paid at the end. The longer you keep these allies alive, the higher the payouts you'll receive. After the 5 minutes of setup is finished, your game mode will begin. You'll now need to fight off wave after wave, with each of these waves having more enemies and tougher enemies than the last. Wave 1 will just be 24 enemies, and they'll all be on foot. They're actually very easy to take out. But with round 10, you'll now need to fight off war wagons, enemies in heavy armor, and unique events for each location. A good example of these unique events is boats that sail into Blackwater. These enemies are unique to Blackwater and do not happen in any of the other locations, whereas Fort Mercer, you'll have enemies using cannons, which only happens in Fort Mercer. And each of these locations has a unique type of enemy that you need to take down, making it worth your while to go through each location. This is the only game mode that we talked about in this video which doesn't have a payout directly connected to the time it takes you to finish. At the end of every round, you'll get exactly 10 gold nuggets, and cash has a direct connection to how many rounds you complete with the amount of allies that are still alive. If you are good enough to survive all 10 rounds with having some of your allies still alive, you'll have exactly 1 gold bar, anywhere between $200 to $350, and about 2,000 to 3,000 XP. The reason you're seeing a much higher payout on screen right now, where I'm able to get just under $800 and 3 gold bars, is because it was triple payout for the week that I played. The highest payout that I got was just under $1,000. This is arguably one of the most entertaining activities in the game and pays out decently well for about 30 or 40 minutes of your time. And if Rockstar ever increases the rewards again as a weekly bonus, this is one of the best ways to make money, gold, and XP. But anyway guys, these are some of the most entertaining ways in which you can make money within Red Dead Online. It doesn't make nearly as much as what you will make if you went through the collector sets, but if you want a fun way to grind money, this is the way to do it. Because even though the collector will be giving you a lot of money, you can actually spend a lot more time here with more variation in the types of missions and activities that you can do, and you'll last a lot longer. If you do have any questions, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going. So see ya.